Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. This is a knife that I wanted to look at when it came out, and I missed the boat. And I've been looking for an opportunity to pick this up, or at least check it out for a while. And many of you don't even know that this exists, but I know that many of you do. I still want to give my first impressions and ultimately review this knife because I think it's a cool idea. I want to thank eKnives for loaning this to me. It is not mine to keep. It has to go back, but I appreciate that. I will link this knife down in the description so that you guys can check it out if you want to. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. What the heck do we have here from Chaves Knives? I'm a huge fan of Chaves knives. I have been ever since I saw the original Redemption, the big, gigantic, crazy, overbuilt American version, not the 228. I'm talking about the original with the 1/4-inch blade. I saw that thing on Jim Skelton's channel, probably in 2013 or 12 or something like that. This would have been 12 years ago, at least. And I've been a fan ever since. So, but anyways, what we have here is the Chub. Oh boy, it is a little Chub. I don't know what this is, but I'll put it up on screen for anybody who is, oh, it's the Chub blade swap video. Okay, so it's like explaining how to do that. We're going to try and figure that out on our own today. So, straightforward. This is exactly what I assumed it would be like. So this is going to be probably, I mean, if I remember correctly, this is a pretty expensive object. So it's inevitable. There's nothing I can do to stop it. The comment section is going to erupt with people who are probably not ultra familiar with this end of the industry. They're going to view this as no different than a Milwaukee Fastback and therefore should be priced exactly the same way. This is, of course, incorrect, but it requires a lot of explanation. So I'll let you guys handle that. And then I'm just going to proceed with this anyway. But this is a good idea, a little OTF utility cutter. I like this idea a lot, especially if it has a quick change system. I don't know who the OEM is. I don't know if this is actually in-house Chaves or if they are using a Chinese OEM, but that's part of the reason why we do the unboxings and then the reviews separately, because the review will contain that information. It looks like we have T8, so we do have actual access here. That's cool. It also looks like we have a titanium pocket clip. Did they send the other pocket clip? No. So you're only, hold on. Oh, no, hold on. We have secret compartments under here. There's even more. There's more stuff. Still no, release your treasure, excuse me. Had a monster before we started here. Scan me, share your new purchase on, okay. So, pocket clip, that's always, you know, kind of polarizing. People are either like, I love skulls, or people are like, I hate skulls. And then we get to talk about whether or not the skull clip is like, it's still here. They probably should have included the other clip. I really like that Chaves decided, you know, hey, we're going to keep our clip because that's kind of our thing, right? But we're going to give people an option to switch it out into, you know, and do a basic clip that doesn't have a big skull on it because, you know, as I'm sure the comments it's already full of it. That looks gaudy. It is gaudy. The skull clip is gaudy. You guys love that word. You guys love to be the first one to say it, right? Yes, that does appear that way to some people, right? I hope you get lots of likes. The power on this thing is actually a little bit more snappy than I would have guessed. It is obviously not going to be nearly as strong as a lot of like your bigger Microtechs, right? But it is quite a bit more powerful. So I'm experiencing something really odd here. Anybody who has handled a lot of OTFs will probably tell you the same thing. The opening power doesn't, when on like, for example, like on my Microtech Scarab 2, and my Combat Troodon, and my full-size Hera 2. The opening firing power is very, very powerful. Like you can feel it, right? Not as powerful as a single action OTF, but it's very powerful. When I go to close it, it is ridiculously snappy. It's almost the closing action that makes people go, whoa, geez, right? This is one of the only OTFs that I have ever experienced where the opening action is actually snappier for some reason than the closing action. I don't know why that is. Now, how do you release? It's probably push here. Yeah, probably push here and pull out. Yep, that's exactly. I love this. Why can we not? Why? This is such a simple system. The quick release, quick blade change system is such an important part. It is such a critical component of a utility knife. Why? Because the whole idea is convenience. Yes, this is fun and you can sit and watch Netflix and annoy your significant other to death by clicking the thing in and out, right? Sure, you can do that. But at the end of the day, it is still an object that is designed to be convenient. So what I'm doing here is I'm pushing, I just assume, because I've seen a system like this before, I'm pushing on that little tab right there, and then we are allowing it to go all the way, there we go, and then snap. This is so easy. Okay, this was my main question, and I know I could have looked it up and known for sure. I like to experience things in the moment and find out, like, how easy is it for somebody to simply pick this up, like maybe make some assumptions, but pick this up and make it work, right? The price is another thing, but this is ridiculously simple. Now, obviously, as people will have pointed out already, the whole concept of convenience and utility has been fully implemented into a nice, tight budget package. You can simply go to Home Depot and you can buy a cheap utility knife that works until it breaks, and then you can buy another one. Yes, and everyone on planet Earth knows this. No one is surprised by it. The people who are interested in paying lots of money for something like this are not bewitched. We haven't, drank a magic potion and we didn't know that there was a spell that was going to make us an unintelligent consumer. Oh no, please save us. Person from the comments, no. We know. We buy stuff like this because the utility, the utility aspect of it is only one element. We like things that go beyond that are interesting, or have some element that makes the thing fun beyond what it is meant to do and what it is capable of doing. This is something that for some people is just very, very difficult to understand. But the fact that things like this exist and have existed for a very long time should be a key indicator. This is the knife community. We like things that don't make a whole lot of sense and are sometimes far beyond the price that you would expect them to be, not just because, but because they actually cost a lot more to produce. So this is something, personally, I love the idea of carrying something that has a replaceable blade. That I can simply use and not worry too much about, oh no, I snapped the tip. Well, it doesn't matter because I can replace the blade. I think that's cool. But I don't like how boring simple utility knives are because, I'm a snobby knife guy. So I have to carry something that I think is cool, right? Something that I wait for somebody to say, do you got a knife? And then I get an opportunity to go, look at this, right? And all my friends will be like, oh, cool. That's because we like to do that stuff, right? So this kind of strikes that balance, I think. I think this is really fun. But my favorite part about this is the quick release, or the quick change blade system. I think that is just beautiful. And I think anybody seeking to create, obviously, I'm late to the game here, so everybody already knows this, and I'm just sitting here going, this needs to be a thing, and everyone's going, we know. But I've seen too many modern tactical, modern, cool, the utility blade systems, replaceable blade systems. And the biggest drawback is, for some reason, knife designers and knife makers are like, oh yeah, no, we'll put a torque screw in it. So anybody who wants to change the blade out has to remove a torque screw. Stop doing that. Stop it. Make a system like this that allows you to change the blade without tools. This is the way to do this. Absolutely. So I think this is awesome. And this makes me want to buy this from E-Knives. I also kind of like that finish on there. I mean, like that looks nice, and I think it'll hide scratches pretty well too. Yeah, huge fan. Really shocked that it didn't come with additional blades. Did I miss something? I mean, no big deal, right? I do like that though. I think that's great. That's about as convenient as it gets. Cool. Okay, so I'm actually going to carry this one and review it. Even though it's pretty straightforward, there's still some things that I want to learn about it. But yeah, I do like this a lot. I also like the idea of being able to buy, assuming they make, you know, like you can buy utility blades with like really nice steel. I think you can't you buy like tungsten carbide utility blades? So if you really want to get after it, you know, I think that's cool. I think that, like, the layers of irony in that, I love stacking those up. I think that's cool. This is neat. At this exact moment of recording, I don't know what it costs. I imagine it's pretty expensive. But obviously, by the time I've uploaded this, I will have added a link, meaning I know what it costs. But I'll let you guys check it out if you want to. Expect a full-length review down the road. That's going to be it today. Thanks again to E-Knives for finally letting me finally check this out. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.